Welcome in, guys, to your NFL Week 10 recap. We're 10 weeks into the NFL season. Starting off, like we do every week, with a Thursday game, the Ravens versus the Dolphins. We start off with Tucker, 46-yard field goal to make it 3-0 in the first. Then we have a 22-yard field goal in the second to make it 3-6. 31-yard field goal in the second. Well, before that, it was a 31-yard field goal in the second to make it 3-3 to the Dolphins, and then 3-6. A 22-yard field goal. Saunders 29-yard field goal in the fourth to make it 3-9. Touchdown in the fourth to make it 3-15. Touchdown in the fourth for a first down for Gaskin in the fourth, and it was 10-15 in the fourth and 10-22 in the fourth, and good win for the Dolphins. Going on to the Sunday games, early Sunday games, the Titans versus the Saints, 21-23. Trevor Simmons has a touchdown in the second, make it 6-3 in the second, because the Titans had a field goal in the first to make it 3-0 and 3-0 and 6-3 in the second. 36-yard field goal to make it 6-6 in the second. A rushing touchdown for Dahim Jones in the third to make it 6-13 in the third. 27-yard field goal in the third for the Titans to make it 6-20 in the third. Touchdown by Ingram in the third to make it 12-20 in the third. And a field goal in the fourth to make it 12-23 in the fourth, and a field goal from Brian Johnson in the fourth to make it 15-23 in the fourth. Cowboys touchdown to make it 21-23 to the Titans. Then we have the Browns versus the Pats. Patriots had a great win this week, 7-45. Mac Jones had another great game. We start this game with Austin Hooper with a touchdown to make 7-0 for the Browns. Then a Hunter Henry touchdown to make it 7-7. Then in the second we have Stevens in the second to make it 7-14. Bourne in the second to make it 7-21. 38-yard field goal to make it 7-24 in the third. Touchdown. This was Henry Hunter had two touchdowns in this game. 7 to make it 7-3 in the fourth. 7-31 in the third. Jacob Myers got his first touchdown of the season with a 7-45 in the fourth. Then we go to the Falcons versus the Cowboys. Cowboys win with 43-3. Touchdown by Celine Lambert and 0-7 in the first. Cut field goal in the first to make it 3-7. Touchdown by Elliott to make it 3-14. Two touchdowns in this game Elliott had to make it 3-21 in the second. Touchdown by Lamb in the second to make it 3-38 with a 2-point conversion, and 3-36 touchdown in the second, and then Prescott in the third to make it 3-43 in the third to the Cowboys. Then we have the Tom Brady's Buccaneers versus Washington. Washington got a big win here against the Buccaneers, 19-29. Field goal in the first, 0-3 in the first. Field goal to make it 0-6. They had a great start in the first for Washington. Carter had a touchdown in the second, 13-0 in the second. Bernard had a fumble going into the second, and because he had a field goal, and then we had to go into a field goal. It's 3-13 in the second. Field goal Buccaneers to 6-16. 29-yard field goal going to the second, 3-16. Or then it was 3-16 and 6-16. Touchdown by Bray in the third to make it 13-16. Touchdown by Gibson in the third to make it 13-23. Touchdown by Mike Evans in the fourth to make it 19-23 in the fourth. And a touchdown by Gibson pushed the 2-point drive to make it 19-29. Washington. Then we have the Lions and the Steelers. Two teams that didn't want to win this game at all. It looked like to me. Just they were playing out for this tie in this game. But again, like I've said all season, the Lions are. You can see Dan Campbell's trying with this roster he has, but like I said, in a couple of years they're going to get better. And I was predicting a Steelers win, but they went for the tie, 16-16. We had a touchdown from the Steelers in the first week, 0-7. Touchdown by Jefferson in the second week, 7-7. 20-yard field goal in the second to make it 7-10. A 10-10 in the second. A Godwin touchdown in the third, 16-10 in the third. Field goal to make it 16-16 in the fourth. 20-yard field goal to make it 16-13. Then 16-16 in the fourth. Going to overtime. Still cannot get a win in overtime, and then it's just a tie game. So the Lions have finally stopped the consistency of losing. They was going to go for 9 in a row, but that's ended for them. Then we have the Bills, who last week lost to was it the Jags? You guys will know in the last recap I did. But they bounced back this week, 45-17 against the Jets, and we have Bree had a touchdown in the first to make 7-0 to the Bills. Field goal in the first to make it 10-0 in the first. Field goal the Jets in the second to make it 10-3. Touchdown by Diggs in the second to make 17-3. Touchdown in the third to McKenzie to make it 24-3 in the third. Touchdown by Singleton in the fourth to make it 45-10 in the fourth, and 45-17 with a touchdown from the Jets in the fourth, and good one Bills. Then we had the Jags versus the Colts, 17-23. 24-yard field goal for the first one for the Colts, and Franklin had a touchdown, 0-10 in the first. Touchdown by Taylor, 0-17 in the first. Jamal Asnew had the touchdown, the 66-yard touchdown in the first to make it 16-17 in the first. 29-yard field goal in the second to make it 16-20 to the Colts. 56-yard field goal in the second to make it 9-20 in the third. Then a touchdown from Ross in the third to make it 17-20, and a 37-yard field goal to the Colts to make it 17-24. Then we had the Panthers versus the Cardinals. Really bad day for the Cardinals, 34-10 against this Panther team that Sam Darnold has been questionable this season. A lot of fans are wondering, especially Panther fans, are like, should we have gotten Sam Darnold? Should we have gone for Justin Fields or Mac Jones? Somebody that, like Mac Jones he's doing really well in his rookie season for the Patriots this season. But they won this game against Cardinals 34-10. 7-0 in the first. Touchdown Cam Newton is of his new team. He's a Panther, so he got the first touchdown of the game. 7-0 in the first. Touchdown by Robbie Anderson to make 14-0 in the first. 49-yard field goal in the first by Gonzalez, 17-0 in the first. 48-yard field goal in the second, 20-0 in the second. Going into the third, it's 23-0 in the third. Hubbard had a touchdown in the third, 29-3, with a 2-point conversion to make it 31-3 in the third, and 47-yard field goal. That's when the Cardinals actually started to actually come alive in the game, which was 47-yard field goal to the Cardinals to make it 23-3 in the third, 34-10 in the fourth, and 34-10 in the fourth, and good one for the Panthers this week. Then we have the Eagles versus the Broncos, 30-13. 30-yard field goal to make 3-0 to the Eagles going into the first. Dante Smith had a touchdown in the first, 10-0 in the first. Touchdown by Denver in the second, 10-7. 21-yard field goal in the second for Denver to make it 10-10 in the second. Dante Smith had 2 touchdowns in this game, so good game for him. 7 and 10 in the second. A field goal by the Eagles to make it 10 and 20 and 10 in the third. Field goal from the Eagles to make it. Sly had the touchdown in the fourth, 27 to 13, and then 30 to 13 to the Eagles. So good Eagles win. Then we had the Vikings versus the Chargers. 27 to 20 to the Vikings. Joseph had a field goal in the third to make it 3-0 in the second. 45-yard field goal in the second to make it 3-3. Joseph had just a 30-yard touchdown to make it 6-3 in the second. 13-3 in the second. Larry Roundtree had a touchdown, 13 to 10 in the third. Austin had a touchdown in the third for the Chargers, making it 13 to 17. Tyler had a touchdown plus the 2-point conversion in the third to make it 20 to 17 in the third, and 24-yard field goal for the Chargers to make it 27 to 20 in the fourth for the Vikings. Then we have the Chiefs versus the Raiders. I was gonna go for Raiders win in this game because the Chiefs to me the Chiefs have been had a mixed season, and the Raiders had a real good start to the season. I know they had the thing with home coach and whatever, and they really not like, I know they lost to the Bears and whatever, but apart from that, in this last year they've had a pretty good season. It was 41 to 14 to the Chiefs. Tyreek Hill got a touchdown in the first to make it 7-0 in the first. A touchdown by Hunter to make it 7-7. Field goal in the second to the Chiefs to make it 10-7 in the second. Brian Edwards had a touchdown in the third to make it 17-14 going into the third. Touchdown by Gray in the third to make it for the Chiefs to make it 24-14. Touchdown, field goal by the Chiefs in the first to make it 27-14 in the third. 38-yard field goal, 38-yard touchdown in the fourth to make it 34-14, and then a touchdown from Pringle, and that was Patrick Mahomes' fifth pass of the game. He had 5 rushing touchdown passes per game, Patrick Mahomes, so he had a good game to make it 41-14. Then we had the Seahawks versus the Packers. The Packers got destroyed by the Seahawks. It was 0-17. 40-yard field goal for the Packers was missed, and then it was 0-3 in the second. Touchdown by Dillon in the fourth to make it 0-10. Touchdown in the fourth for the Packers to make it 0-17. It was a really this game was for the Packers and Seahawks. The only in the fourth quarter, these guys are like, oh shit, we have to win this game. We're not gonna go to overtime. We need to try to win this game. But it was 0-17 to the Packers, and ever since Russell Wilson's got injured, they're not doing so well. And then we have Then we have the Monday game, last night's game. We have the Rams versus the 49ers. And the 49ers beat the Rams 10-31. We had, Jimmy G Jimmy G was you had Odell Beckham, who's the wide receiver. He had two catches of the game in 18 yards. And you had George Kittle get a first touchdown in the first, like 0-7. Then a Jimmy Ward touchdown in the first week, 0-13. And first touchdown in the second to Higgs to make it 7-14. One second touchdown by Samuel to make it 7-21. the Rams faked the field goal, and then it was intercepted by the 49ers. Then DJ had a touchdown. And then we had a 50-yard field goal by the 49ers and 37-24. Field goal in the fourth from the Rams, 10-3 in the fourth. And then Samuel had 2 touchdowns again, so I had a great game for Samuel. 7-31 in the fourth for the for the 49ers, and that's how it. And then we had a field goal in the fourth for the Rams, 10